Zuckerberg, do I have your full attention?
No.
Do you think I deserve it?
What?
Do you think I deserve your full attention?
No, I had to swear an oath before we began this deposition, and I don't want to perjure myself, so I have a legal obligation to say cheat codes.
That made no sense. That worked out really well.
Well, I'm not paying attention. Anyway, it's January 19th, everyone, 2017. Welcome to episode 1, Deuce of the Cheat Codes podcast. Thank you for tuning in. We're always glad to have you with us. The next hour is us drinking a few beers and going over our favorite bits from the past week in video game, tech, and pop culture news. We're coming to you from a Harvard dorm room in the early aughts, and we're sitting here checking out a website called Hot or Not. My name is Joe Erskine, and I am your host, and I'm here with Cheat Codes producer and editor, Mr. Joe Winklevie1 Arroyo.
Hi.
And Cheat Codes core panelist, Mr. Nikk Winklevie2 Golesh.
Oh, hey.
That means he's second.
It's not Dutch.
He's one of two.
He's the second of two.
Fine. On this
Second place.
On this episode, we'll sue our best friend for $600 million to sort out the following. So the Switch got its big day this past week. We'll review the highlights. Gabe Newell did an AMA this week as well, so let's all pay very close attention. And there's Pokemon in my arc, and I can't wait to tell Nick. And for the lightning round, we'll buy Mount Auburn Street, take the Phoenix Club, and turn it into a ping pong room to make sense of these bits. Obvious Vampire Company does obvious vampire business things, and Zenimax versus Oculus trial is underway. So let's have a little fun with it, shall we? Gentlemen, it's still 2017. How's the year going so far? How are you doing your resolutions?
Not doing as great. I'm still using acronyms, which kind of sucks, but...
Okay. What about you, Arroyo?
JK. I wanted to start learning piano, and I did start learning piano, so I guess that counts as a resolution, but then I stopped learning piano.
So, funny story,
Yeah.
and maybe I should bring it into the office, but my parents bought my son the piano from Big, the floor dancing one, so we have it. I should bring it in.
Does it have a certificate of authenticity?
Oh, no, it's not. No. It's just like it's a version of that thing, and it's 8 feet long, and you jump on it, and it plays piano.
So are you using it more than anyone else?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, that's what it is.
So.
Well,
Do you just roll across it?
Sense.
He just kind of crawls across it, and then puts his foot down. He's like, wait, what?
So you guys haven't figured out the duet
No, not yet. That'll take some time.
later?
But, yeah.
So he doesn't just look at a piano and understand it. Yeah. He's not one of those guys.
Maybe when he's older. But
I don't
then
know,
wants
what
to
age
be
do
young
they-
Again, so then he wants
What age was Mozart? I mean, he was pretty much one of those guys. He just looked at the piano and kind of understood how it worked. And
I love my son, and I think he's very intelligent for his age, but I'm fairly certain that he's not Mozart.
well, I'm not saying that he should live up to those expectations. I'm just
Are you
curious.
calling my son dumb, dude?
I was just
Fuck you,
I was
man.
Just not
I was
Mozart.
asking the question: at what age did Mozart write his first symphony or something?
he was
'Cause I was pretty young or
What
something.
kind of trivia question is this?
You're the trivia guy. You should know the
I
answer to
don't
this.
fucking know the answer.
We're only in the banter section. We're already way the hell off the rails. All right, it's gonna be a good one, guys.
Okay.
Happy 2017.
I'm still working on my resolution, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, I do recall you saying in our first episode of the year that you were gonna drink more. How's that going?
Oh, I did say that, didn't I? Well, considering I can't remember I said that, I think it's going well.
Well, I'm glad you guys. I'm proud of your stick-to-itiveness.
Did we?
I like that.
Did we ever mention our resolutions on an earlier
I don't
episode?
think so.
we did.
No.
I'm just curious. So nobody actually knows if we're living up to our expectations.
Right. I'm just calling you out blatantly.
Yeah.
That's a great way to do a resolution.
Just don't tell anyone and be like, I'm doing so good with my resolutions.
Great, yeah.
I have the best resolution.
My resolution was to keep breathing. Going strong.
Yeah, we know if you don't reach that one.
Yeah.
How about you? What's your resolution?
I didn't really have one. So
All about low expectations. I like
I'm
it.
consistent in the fact that I didn't expect anything more of myself.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I'm pretty much peaking right now. So
Actually, it's downhill from 36. So you got another year
I got
after
another
Wednesday.
year after, you didn't have to say that.
Do you know why it's 36?
Why?
Because the moment you turn 36, every second past that point, you have been an adult longer than you have been a kid.
Oh, legally speaking, 18 on. Yeah, okay, sure.
So that kind of sucks.
So I got another year to enjoy my youth effectively. All right.
We keep making up these dumb things that happen after 21, and after 21, nothing good
Because there's
actually
nothing
happens.
fucking left. It's like once I can buy dry ice, it's like what's left?
Oh, I'm 25. My insurance goes down.
I can't be claimed as a dependent
I'm
anymore.
looking forward to the early bird special after 20, and I'm fucking 30. You know, like what? That's a ways away. I'm just
Here I come, AARP. Woo! You know what I mean?
yeah, like you don't know ARP.
You don't know ARP, bro.
All right, anyway. Can we start this fucking?
Yeah, seriously. Very quickly, let's talk about what we're washing the episode down with. When we are busy creating the next great social network, we're probably stealing it from someone else, or at our real jobs doing video game things. Long story short, it can be a lot of work. So to unwind, we're going to kick back with a few cold ones, wax poetic about some stuff, and just chill. We're enjoying some Voodoo Ranger IPAs from the folks at New Belgium, and it's all good, bro.
Okay, bro.
Okay, bro. All right, and we're off.
Number one.
Well, whether anyone besides rooftop party-going hipsters want it or not, the Switch is not only official, we've got a release date, a price, launch games, and a slew of new questions. This is arguably the biggest news of the year so far for gaming, and we'd be remiss if we didn't spend a little time going over it. So my hands are cramping up at the thought of these controllers already, but...
You mean the Joy-Cons?
Joy-Con.
Yes, the Joy-Cons.
Joy-Con.
What is with that name?
Joy-Con.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, we'll get to it, I guess. All right, the quick and dirty. It's going to be $299. Comes out on March 3rd. Zelda, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wind is going to be a launch title.
Breath of the Wild?
Oh, yeah.
Breath of the Wild?
Yeah.
Breath of the Weird? Breath of the... whatever. But apparently, when you load the game, it takes up more than half of the Nintendo Switch's hard drive.
If you download it.
No,
yeah.
my guess is, though, remember, they're not actually doing CDs, and they're probably just going to run straight off of
doing
the cartridge.
cartridges,
So,
yeah.
which means they don't have to download it because it's already faster than a CD.
All right.
And it's already just physical memory.
Okay.
But that they still have 32 gigabytes to download whatever they want. So, like, if they wanted to download, like, a game from online or something, rather than buy the physical copy.
Okay. So, arguably, one of the more interesting features of this new Nintendo console is the fact that you can ostensibly take it wherever you go. So does this overlap at all? Does this hurt the 3DS market share? Like, are they kind of being redundant in that way of their own extraneous hardware?
Yeah, I think
little
so.
bit?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I mean, they got a 3DS. It's the best-selling thing they've ever had, pretty
True.
much.
Yes.
And
And if you get a Switch, why would you need a 3DS anymore?
That's kind of right. Like, exactly.
Well, except for the games themselves.
That already exist on that platform? Right.
Which eventually will become obsolete, and then you're just going to have the one console.
But I assume that maybe even Nintendo is savvy enough to say that, like, we have some online marketplace and we're going to port a bunch of this stuff onto
And they
the
will.
Switch at some point, so you can just...
well, they've already mentioned, I think the newest Pokemon's going to be on the Switch,
Okay.
which, I mean, it's on the 3DS. Why get it on the Switch? I mean,
Right.
because you need something else to buy for the Switch because there's not a lot of games.
Same could be said for Zelda, which is coming on the Wii U
That's
on launch day.
That's one of the odd
So-
things, I think. Here's our biggest selling point for the entire console.
Mm-hmm.
Why not just buy it on the Wii U? You already have one of those. I mean,
Except because
granted,
a lot of people don't
we're,
have.
we're talking yeah, I know, but the people who are going to buy the Switch at release are the people who already own a Wii U because they bought the Wii U at
You
release.
have to be a fanboy
You
to
have
have
to be a
bought the
fanboy
Wii U
to buy
and
the Wii U
want to buy a Switch.
Yeah, so
Right.
they're going to buy the Switch and they're going to get the newest version of Zelda. They're not going to buy Zelda on the old one. But I still think it's odd that they're releasing their flagship game
Yeah.
with reverse compatibility.
Are the graphics...
Yeah, you said reverse.
fuck you.
I looked at it.
I know,
said it.
yeah, but the listener didn't see that.
As silly as those Joy-Con remotes are, they do act as individual controllers, and a pair acts as the controls for the touch screen mobile thing. So it's a full set of controllers, and then they also have motion controls built in. So I'm trying to be optimistic a little bit here.
I'm not.
Kind of cool.
not-
Kind of cool that it has all that functionality
No.
and versatility, right?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Why not? Why is it cool?
I guess
I mean, I already can connect my phone and play games with other people in the same room. I could just use my phone as a
Yeah, but
controller.
you can't necessarily play Nintendo games other than Super Mario Run
Yeah, I know. That's
and the Miiverse.
you can
Yeah,
play.
okay.
They have Miyamoto or the
Yeah, Miitomo. or
Miitomo
whatever.
or
Yeah,
something,
that's
yeah.
what I
This
meant.
becomes
yeah.
a conversation again about just fueling the IPs and not the actual technology, and I think that's the problem that we've always had with Nintendo
Sure.
in the show, and it's absolutely no different after seeing the conference and the reveal and everything, I feel no different about it. Again, that's what it's about. Their IPs. They have nothing else going for them at all. Because honestly, like, the only thing that makes a Switch interesting to the public is the fact that you can switch to putting it on your TV, which there's so much fucking streaming technology and ways to plug in things that display it on your goddamn
They had that. NVIDIA's been
just
doing this
because
for
they
a
made
while
it
now,
slightly easier than other things.
They had that for the
dock
Game
it.
Boy Advance and GameCube.
Yeah, it's not
You
new.
did not innovate something new. Like, it's...
And so
It's
what
been
you're
iterated.
doing is you're selling me a product that is a glorified DS that I can stream to my television in some cool fancy docking fashion, and you're trying to sell it to me like it's a fucking console, and it's not. It's a.
All right. So they, back in the initial reveal, not the one in January, but the initial reveal when they had that video of the hipster party on the rooftop and all that stuff.
Antisocial Karen.
Antisocial Karen.
Yeah.
We're drinking Karen. The idea that there was an argument to be made that they were trying to market this to capitalize on nostalgia, as they have been, to an older set, to people our age, Nintendo fans from since childhood, kind of thing. And speaking strictly for ourselves, because I'm sure that there are people out there that are excited about it, and for whatever reasons those might be, you're not at all. Like, you can't see yourself adding this to your repertoire of consoles or anything. Like, you're like, fuck this thing.
Yeah,
I will never buy this console. But I mean, I won't buy probably the PlayStation or Xbox either. I may buy an Xbox eventually because
You don't have to. They exist in your household.
It's an entertainment system. It's more useful than just being able to pick it up and like take it out.
Right.
Like I could my DS already. Like, I don't know, or my phone. It's just it's frustrating because when people talk about Nintendo, they talk about all these innovations that they keep coming out with, and are they driving the industry into?
They are walking their own path for sure.
that's a good way to put it.
I mean,
If that
is that-
path is
I mean-
in the wrong direction.
Is that
maybe.
Is that respectable? I think to a sense.
Sure. Is it respectable? Certainly.
Is it
But
fair?
does it provide
is it fair
value
to the
for potential
fans
customers?
either? Though
That's the kind of the question I'm curious about. But I'm not sure there's an answer to it right now, and we're not going to know for a little while. But it's a reasonable question to make, I think.
And I've seen plenty of people excited about it, but I can tell the people who are excited for these IP reasons.
I'm excited about
these
Zelda.
Nintendo fanboy reasons, and that's the thing. Like, you put on these weird goggles with Nintendo, and people do this still, and it's
that nostalgia thing, right? It has to be.
exactly comes down.
they eat
to
the member berries.
Yep. Basically, the entire Nintendo conference was like, "Oh, you remember Mario? Oh, I remember. I remember Zelda. Oh, Zelda. I remember Zelda." Like, that's pretty much the whole thing.
Right.
Another thing I had a lot of problems with was the actual press release. Like, they got like the most incompetent.
You mean the
translator,
showcase itself?
The showcase. Like,
Okay.
Nintendo America picked this guy up probably to speak to us about, like, to translate these guys' words. And
It was a Japanese production that needed to port across multiple.
Yeah, and obviously, I think
Regions,
it was very obvious in watching it that it's a very different culture. Just like seeing the way they present the information to us and everything, and it was hard to tell because the excitement in the translator's voice wasn't there at all. He was just completely like monotone.
He was there doing a job. Like he came directly from the bar, and he was like,
It was worse than that. It almost sounded like he was purposely downplaying it. Like, it was a really weird choice.
We changed our stream because we thought it was like some
Like
IGN
IGN.
stream,
Like a
like
local-
some
like a
local
localized
guy,
stream.
like just translating. And we got to like Nintendo, and it's like, oh, this is the actual guy that they got to do this, and I'm like,
"How weird." Okay.
it's like,
See, I'm no stranger to cultural differences and, like, watching foreign films and stuff. And I generally, like, always prefer subtitles because I want to hear the individual presenting to me
The proper delivery.
in whatever it is, that delivering it the way that they do in their own culture, and I can read to catch
I'm
up
fine
the
with that, yeah.
information because I'm getting the delivery the way they intended me to have it,
Right.
even if I don't understand the language, and then I can process that
Put two and two
information.
because
Yeah,
you can read. Yeah.
but when you overdub with an American voice of somebody who's so disinterested in the product for some reason, like, it's just a really weird thing. And even in moments where the guy's like, the Splatoon guy came out and he had these moments where he did like high kicks and stuff and was like, Splatoon, and then he'd even say the name of the game in English, and then the English translator would be like, Splatoon,
But
like there'd be no energy.
the Splatoon guy was the only like highlight of the entire thing, I feel like, and I think other people agree. He was fun, but I do think like they got this guy intentionally to present this information to us in that fashion, because that's how I felt like the business people were presenting it to it also, like in their body language. Maybe they don't need to show excitement about their product. They need to present all the details and be factual about it and be professional with it. And maybe showing the excitement wasn't
necessary, or
wasn't something that I guess they normally do. I haven't watched another Nintendo release like that for a while. Yeah,
it seemed like a conscious decision, not that they hired someone who didn't rise
That's
to
really
the occasion.
strange.
Like maybe they wanted someone who didn't distract from the presenters, and the presenters wanted to be very.
But it does distract. That's why I just want to see some damn subtitles. Like, anyway.
So besides Zelda, the other launch game is the 1-2 Switch mini game compilation, which seems pretty par for the course for Nintendo. But I can't get over the gifs all over Twitter of like the people milking the cow.
That's what I was gonna say. Isn't that the biggest launch title? Is the cow milking?
It's called 1-2 Switch, but yes,
sure it's called Milk the Cow.
I just feel like are they not? Do they not know about the internet? Do they not know how people are just going to take that shit?
I don't think they care about that stuff, and I think that's fine, and there's nothing wrong with them ignoring that. I think because they're like, hey, we're Nintendo. It means fun. Let's all have fun with this idea, I guess.
Right.
That's part of the walking their own path thing.
Yeah.
It's just like, wouldn't it be fun to milk a cow? Probably not. But let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's see if we can do it. There were like a bunch of Sega things kind of mentioned as well, and this is kind of direct from the article, the Forbes article by Paul Tassi that we were kind of basing this around, was that it's just weird to see Sega stuff like shilled next to Nintendo stuff, because for so long, at least when we talk about the nostalgia thing, like there was the way people think of Xbox and PlayStation now is the way people used to think of Nintendo and Sega. Yeah, exactly. So that's just odd. You know, I mean, it's fine and it's been that way for a while, but it's still never going to be not weird, I think. You know what I mean? So
Nintendo, Mario and Sonic made up in like 2000 or something. They're friends.
They're cool. Yeah, because don't they do the Olympic games together? It's like Mario and Sonic go to
Sonic
whatever year the Olympics
Smash Brothers.
Yeah, that's
one of them.
Sure,
at least.
But yes, like you guys are saying, Splatoon 2 is coming, which is cool that they're doubling down on one of the the IPs that actually kind of made sense and was fun. And then there's new Mario 2, which is super strange. They got in this like
the
version
Mario
of
Odyssey.
Yeah.
A lot of people I think were most disturbed by this one.
I feel like this was super polarizing, because like there are people that were like super excited, like, oh, it looks so cool that he's got this weird, and it's not photorealistic, but he's like in the real quote real world. And running around and doing
it looks
stuff.
like that scene from The Simpsons when he...
Yes, I saw that. Like
when Homer was teleported
Twitter,
to real life, and he's like walking around the city being like, what the
fuck is happening?
So
to me, it just looks like Mario in Vice City or something, or in
somebody did that video too.
Somebody did that already, but he's got the long,
like
lanky legs and arms. And...
I know, but I mean, I don't know. For some reason, it didn't really bother me, because I already suspend my disbelief with Mario. Mario comes from the real world, goes to the fake, like to Mushroom Kingdom by taking drugs or something. I don't know I don't know the plot of Mario, but.
You just described Alice in Wonderland.
Are they going back to
just the
book?
Yeah, okay.
Is it like the Mario prequel when he's still like a New York like Bronx plumber?
Yeah,
and then that's like, you know what I mean? Like,
and then John Leguizamo shows up. And you're like, what are you doing here?
Bob Hoskins is there. It's weird. It
doesn't bother me for some reason. I think I remember playing this game on the PC. Mario was like captured, and you played Luigi, and it was a point-and-click adventure game where you're going through these different levels in like this realistic city, like walking around trying to get clues so you could find how to get to the next level. I think I don't even remember what it was called.
Yeah, you need to find that so I can see that.
A PC Mario game?
Yeah, but it was a point-and-click adventure. Like it wasn't anything
by
special.
Nintendo.
It was a Luigi game, so I don't know exactly.
So they don't come after the Luigi license when someone makes Luigi's Mansion in Unreal Engine, like Nintendo's like, fuck it, we don't care about Luigi.
This one's for all the player 2s in the world. You know what I
mean? we'll allow it. Yeah, exactly.
All those younger brothers and sisters out there that were forced to play player 2.
Little guy needs a win every now.
Well, Yoshi was in it at one point, I remember.
I need to find this now.
I gotta look it up too.
I'm genuinely curious.
It was cool. It's like the first scene is like Mario getting captured, and you have to like progress through these different city levels and find clues.
Okay. I mean, before we move on though, like, look, we are hard on Nintendo a lot lately, and I feel like we try and give credit where it's due, but like, try as hard as you can here, fellas, before we move on. But where's the positive hit here? Is it just nice to see Nintendo still in the game and putting out a new console? Like, that's kind of nice, I guess.
The most positive thing I heard about this was Raj coming into work one day or after the reveal, and he was like, my kids were really excited for that spring arm game or the punching
the arms,
game. The arms, yeah. And I was like, okay, so kids like it. Cool.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. Buy it for your kids, not for me.
Right. Sure. Anything positive to take away from this?
I'm very glad after seeing this that I became a PC gamer this year.
Okay. Well, there you
Last
go.
year?
Whatever.
Within the past.
The last year.
Within a year from
There you
today.
go. All right.
Number 2.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Did you beat me to it? Sorry.
I did.
Yeah, he did. So Gabe Newell, God King of the PC Master Race, Linux evangelist, and occasional maker of games and stuff at Valve, had an AMA this week. It's a pretty rare occurrence as the reluctant face of the company he's led for some time now. While the dumb question on everyone's mind was, where's Half-Life 3? This was circumvented with the occasionally good question and met with a relatively straightforward answer. But we're going to go over the highlights of this as well. It's worth noting that while this was his AMA, technically he was accompanied by a group of Valve staff who also helped field questions. Surprisingly enough, he thinks that Portal 2 is their best single-player game. I found that kind of interesting.
I would agree.
He alludes to regretting a lot of decisions that he made as part of the Half-Life development team, and this kind of alludes to why he thought that maybe some of the Portal games were better. I got the impression that he likes that Valve makes games, but he seems glad to be disconnected from being directly involved in that process so that he can just enjoy them more. Yeah. You know what I mean? Which is kind of cool.
Yeah, if you're president of the business, wouldn't you want to just play the games your business made, maybe?
I guess, but I get the exact opposite feeling from people at Nintendo. Like, I get, even if they're lying, I get the feeling that Reggie or Miyamoto or probably enjoy playing their own games. You know what I mean? So just different. It was kind of a refreshing, just alternate opinion or outlook. He did concede that it was possible or probable that a game that exists within the Half-Life Portal shared universe could still get made, and I didn't realize this.
Oh yeah, you didn't?
I did not know that Half-Life and Portal shared a universe. Yeah, this was new to me. I guess I feel like I know
the only real hint is the fact that it's called Aperture Science, I think, and
Aperture existed in the Half-Life.
I think existed. They're like, hey, our rival company's Aperture Science or something. I don't remember exactly, but it was some other company because you work at Dark Mesa and they opened some portal
or
to
Black
hell.
Mesa.
Black Mesa, yeah, sorry, yeah. Dark Mesa. It's Dark and
Whatever,
Black
it's
Mesa.
Black,
yeah.
Okay,
but it was the same universe. I think that was the only hint. They're like, hey, us here at Aperture Science.
Well, you learn something new every day, so I thought that's nice now that I know that. He does admit to the fact that J.J. Abrams is working on Portal and Half-Life movies, and basically all
J.J. Abrams will work on anything.
Which is weird too, because I saw an interview with J.J. Abrams recently, and he's like, now after Westworld, all I've done is remakes and existing IPs. I'm interested to start new stuff, and I'm like, well, that's not accurate then, because you're already doing Portal and Half-Life shit. So what the fuck? Nothing makes sense anymore, I guess. And probably the biggest thing to anybody who follows Steam as a service and Valve as a company, they did address the whole community outreach problem and the support issues that they their whole lack of transparency and kind of silence and the ability to roll things out and just walk them back if they're not working. He did say, and he listed a whole bullet pointed list that I have not included here about how they have addressed certain things. Their support staff is about 5 times larger than it was in the past couple years, and they're making lengths to not necessarily be more transparent, but at least be able to be in a position to address their user issues
in a timely manner. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And I don't know, anybody who knows anything about Valve, yes, transparency is not necessarily the way they operate, and I don't think anybody in their right mind should expect that from them. But at the same time, it was nice to know that people are kind of they are aware and they are listening to everybody, and they're taking steps to kind of address issues that are known and relevant and in need of fixing. So
just stop asking if Half-Life 3 is ready or something.
Yeah, seriously.
You get asked that all the time. I mean, what do you think? The first day on the job, they're like, you're going to be asked, is Half-Life 3 confirmed? They get it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So fuck it. Let's just assume it's not happening. And if it does, it'll probably be in VR.
Yeah.
So.
I every day
just a VR experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Every day I question whether or not this whole Half-Life 3 thing is going to lose any steam.
It's called Mario is Missing, I think. I think that's just the title of it.
Are you going back to the first topic now? Is that
I
what
was
you're
just, I was just letting people know because we looked it up real quick.
Yeah, if you want to know why I went dark for the last like 200 hits, it's because I was dying to find
the name of the PC
point-and-click adventure.
The name of the article is the PC Mario game that time forgot. So it's obviously nobody knows about this, but it's called Mario is Missing, I think. And you just play Luigi walking around.
Yeah, and it looks like a little point-and-click adventure RPG, maybe like Half-Life 3-esque.
It looks like Half-Life 3 confirmed.
Yeah, that's what I think.
So
you should really look it up.
Back on topic, they also said that they're making sure that all their games run on Source 2. Yeah. By the way, they are like I think Dota has made this switch, but they're making sure that their open source platform is going to be support all of their legacy games as well as anything new that comes in the future.
Did he say anything about the Jewel?
The Jewel?
You know, the cooking device from Chef Steps?
Oh, no.
Does it sous vide?
I didn't read the whole AMA thread, but I guarantee you that anybody who knows anything about Gabe knew that he was in that video, as we revealed.
Gabe Jewel.
And oh, God.
I think I'm going to shut up for the rest of the podcast, except to say a pun every now and again.
Just going to call it dad jokes.
You can expect that for the rest of this.
I feel like there was probably a question on the AMA, and I'm sure that they just kind of didn't bother to answer. Because sous vide, guys. Sous vide. I don't know. It was cool that he did this. Everybody knows who Gabe. If you're a PC gamer, especially, you know who Gabe is. And coming out of the woodwork like this to go do an AMA is refreshing. It's a good way to start the new year. That's fine. They answered some questions, and in a way that honestly, like I felt like I walked. So many times you get these cryptic answers from Valve if you get an answer at all, and I actually felt like for the vast majority of the questions asked that were answered, they were actually more straightforward and at least informative. Gave you something to chew on while you pondered whether or not it was true. So I appreciated it anyway.
Cool.
So
it's rare that they give you a portal into their.
Oh my fucking God.
This
is going to get old really quick. I just want you to know that.
What did I say?
I think the half-life for this whole endeavor
now you're joining in. Number 3.
So you remember on our first episode of the year when we went over our favorite games of 2016? If not, then you should go back and listen to it. But you might also, if you did listen to it, remember when Nikk said that his favorite games of the year were Pokemon Sun and Moon and Ark. Well, guess what? Someone made Pokemon mod for Ark. And now I assume Nikk already has his favorite thing in 2017.
Or made it himself.
Yeah, exactly. Probably was he, wasn't it? This will also be an experiment in how well we know Nikk, because in my mind I figured he'd be super excited about this. But I also know Nick's version of super excited is reserved. It's...
Am I excited about this?
Exactly.
Are you excited about this? Did you even do it? Did you even download the mod?
I have not. I have hardly played Ark this year because of
other games.
Well, there's a big patch that came out last year that I mean, I had played a lot last year, so I really enjoyed it. So I think it was my honorable mention. I think.
Okay.
I can't remember for sure. I think Pokemon was my number one, but I had a lot of fun playing Ark. But they released a patch that fundamentally changed the way the game's played, because you can transfer characters and dinosaurs between servers. Okay. So I have not been playing it because it has...
it's gotten harder.
It's completely changed. It's all a numbers game now. It's all about how many people you have and not who you have or who's good at what. It's just about who
the bigger clans just dominate. And that's just
and it's not in a state that I want to play right now. Maybe at a later time I'll play it later. But this is completely unrelated. This is a mod that you can download and play Pokemon with. But
yes.
The last time I heard this was like getting canceled and then got
Yes, there was a DMCA claim, but the developers of this particular mod called Pokemon Evolved decided that, or alluded to the fact that there was another rival development force that was developing something similar, and they were the ones that filed the claim, and it wasn't from Nintendo or the Pokemon Company. So it's back up, and you can get it now, or at least at the time.
So when it's complete, Nintendo will send the takedown.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's correct.
I mean, let's face it, guys. You make anything Nintendo, they're gonna tell you to take it down.
That's true. Even flyers to parties, they don't like that kind of shit. But apparently it's pretty good. Like, they're all 3D, Unreal, I imagine, if it's Ark rendered Pokemon, and it works well in VR. Apparently,
I wonder if that's something to do, if it's related to the Pokemon. Do you remember when somebody came out and they had Charizard and Mario running around in Unreal, and this is like the same thing? They're like, hey, we can just upload the assets into Unreal and then just do this. I imagine it being pretty simple in Arc to do, but
quote unquote simple. I think mods in general, depending, especially something like this, is not necessarily like a
well, yeah, I know,
trivial endeavor.
Once you get to that point, though, and they give the modding community the tools to do it, it's pretty.
And
easy
Arc has from the beginning.
Yeah, and they do, and that's
really good
great
about that
because they have so much support. You can download the engine and just test your mods inside of the engine, and you download a modified version of Unreal.
Sure, and for context, I think we didn't allude to this last time we talked about Arc, but like Arc is still like one of the top 5 games played on Steam. Yeah, over the past year, like that says a lot right there, especially for the user base that exists on Steam. Like, that's huge.
It's a good game. I mean, I recommend it. I'm just not. I don't enjoy the current state of the game. A lot of people still do, but it's not for me.
You've moved on for temporarily.
Well, yeah, at the moment, I may move back at some point. Sure, but yeah.
All right. That being said, like, I mean, this mod has already gotten like 600 5-star reviews, making it one of the more popular Arc mods. So, as a popular Arc mod for the popularity of Arc in general, says a lot.
My only problem with like these mods is you can't play on official servers. Like, I always enjoy playing the vanilla version of a game, which means there's vanilla WoW people, and people kind of stretch that out to mean just like the original version. But to me, vanilla version of a game means an unmodified version where you don't have these wildcard things that were not like tested by the company and just thrown into the game. It's their official release. This is how they intend you to play. And while I appreciate mods and playing them on the side, I don't think they have a place on the official servers. So like me playing this mod in Arc isn't a way I would want to play Arc, because I would prefer to play Arc as the developers intended it, I guess.
Well, that being said, this particular mod is not necessarily about catching Pokemon. It's more about killing them, like hunting them. So
somebody call PETA.
I mean, so there's that. Like, I know that at some point, like in Arc, you either hunt down dinosaurs and then
you tame them in there.
Tame them,
I assume
right.
that they added that mechanic to be able to tame them, but that's not Pokemon. You kind of like throw a Pokeball at them and they're yours. You enslave them in Pokemon. In Arc, it's more of a companionship you develop by taming them. You give them narcotics to trick them into liking you. Yeah. I think that's how you tame them.
So you're saying you literally are giving like roofies to pocket monsters?
No, in Arc. You literally drug the dinosaurs until they like you.
God, I thought you like hit them a bunch until they got to like a certain like health level.
No. You do. You have to
still hurt. You knock
dinosaurs. Well, there's different mechanics, but you knock them out. And then you feed them narcotics to keep them unconscious, and then you give them food.
You don't just Pikachu, you shoot at you.
Oh my goodness.
No, I don't know about that one. Gee.
You're gonna just you're gonna stand by this whole thing for the rest of the episode, huh?
Until you're Bulbasaur.
There's probably there's tons of Pokemon puns. But,
my question is though, like, if there was anything that was gonna get you to go play Arc right now, even in its current state,
would Pokemon be it? No, I don't.
They married your two favorite things. I am shocked, man. I know you don't get excited about anything, but like
shocked.
I do not.
You fucking live together. I get it, but there was a part of me that's like I want like fucking Nick to giggle like a little schoolgirl because his two favorite things are married right now. And this
I'll show you where to.
This is fan fiction, and it doesn't get me going as much as what.
It's not fan fiction. This somebody like
this is fan fiction. People are like that. What you described
fan fiction
to me
doesn't ever like influence the actual like existing pieces of the game. Like, this is in the. It's part of the real game now. Like, you can go download this mod and play it within
that is
the
not
confines.
Part of the real game. That is the game offering you an avenue to download this mod and play it at your own.
That's still more interaction than fan fiction ever gets. Fan fiction is just some dude's blog where it's
not. Given another example from Arc, the map called The Center is fan fiction. It is an app, or it's a map that somebody released that became so popular that the Arc devs picked it up, but I've played it, and it's barren in areas. It doesn't feel alive or anything. It's not
fully developed.
It's not fully developed. It was not made under the same circumstances that the Arc developers made. It does not feel like the game to me.
But to me, that speaks more to the developers of Arc in the sense that like they've been very open.
Well, I bought Arc to play Arc, not to. I mean, this is cool that I can download Pokemon and play in it to experience it. Would I play this more than an hour? No.
Okay.
I would download it and try it maybe, but. This is not my. I like Pokemon and Arc, but I don't want them mixed. I like the world of Pokemon. I don't like. I don't think Pokemon makes sense in any other world besides Pokemon.
So you're saying two great tastes that don't necessarily taste great together.
Yeah, it's like
when you take your cheeseburger and fries and you put it in a fucking blender and then you drink it.
I mean, all right, I guess.
it's fine if you
Is that
throw
not a good analogy?
It's only
I
good
mean, it
if you
makes
throw
sense,
a shake
yeah.
in.
Okay,
Like,
it's like if you take your
blend it with a
dessert
shake, yeah.
and your dinner and you put it in a blender together.
Which one's dessert and which one's dinner?
What?
Pokemon and Arc. Which one's dessert? Which one's dinner?
the dessert.
This is a dumb question, but go ahead and answer it.
You started it.
I did.
There doesn't always have to be a dessert to a meal. Like, that's how I feel about this.
That's so confusing. So you're saying you can
feel like
saying
you
you
just kind of trumped me just now. I feel like you were like,
you can eat dessert in lieu of dinner, or you eat
Just-
dinner, it doesn't require a dessert.
Neither of these are the dessert. It's more of like it's more like a first course and a second course, and they forgot to bring the dessert. Like
okay.
Is there a palate cleanser between
Yeah, is
these
there an
courses?
amuse-bouche,
And
like
can you
somewhere
have
there?
breakfast for dinner?
yes.
is this Denny's? That's all I need to know.
And is breakfast a pancake that's really a dessert? As in whipped cream and cream
And
cheese
chocolate and shit.
And they're
Like-
like red velvet pancakes and go fuck yourself, that's a pie
I
or
like
a cake.
I personally
Do
like
red
waffles
velvet
better
pancakes
than
exist?
than
Yes,
pancakes.
they do. Of course they do. They have a cream cheese fucking frosting because that's how IHOP works.
True. That does sound
IHOP's
something
like, bring your
IHOP would
kids
do.
here so that they can be hopped up on fucking drugs for the rest of the day.
And then crash hard at about
I
3
hop
p.m.
your kids on drugs. I don't know.
Here we go.
I hop. That's the new slang for doing drugs.
That's I'm supposed to make the puns.
All right, fine. God damn it. I really thought you'd be excited about this.
No, I mean I know. I appreciate that, and
I'm disappointed by your lack of excitement.
I'm sorry.
I'm not. He's like, I don't shit where I eat. I don't know how that relates, but
That's fine.
It's just people throwing Pokemon into something. It's like throwing Mario into Unreal. It's like you're not
That makes sense.
showing me anything cool. You're not coming up with your own ideas. You took somebody else's idea, you threw it in a mod, and you tried to gain some popularity off of it. And
It's like taking a Dorito and a taco and trying.
no, because they're owned by the same people. Like, this is different. This is
totally different, Joe.
completely different. This is more like if you had like Sunchip flavored tacos or something, but that's probably owned by Dorito too or something.
So how the hell is Sunjit going to justify the health?
Lay's because I think that's Frito-Lay or something. So
Yeah.
Okay.
you know.
Fair enough. I get. Yeah, it's like a Frito taco.
Yeah.
It sounds dreadful.
Kicked him right in the Pokeballs.
I'm the only one that's gonna laugh at this. It's fine. All right.
I only have great balls, no Pokeballs.
Pokey jokes. Gentlemen,
Are you ready? Yeah.
you've worn me out.
waiting
I
for you.
feel.
I'm
I
waiting.
feel a little worn out. I need a deep breath.
That was good. I had fun.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad. That's good. It wasn't completely worthless then. I guess it's time for the lightning round.
Yeah.
We are cooking right through this thing here.
Cow.
Panel.
Cacao. That's the safe word for the
safe
lightning
word.
round. In case you're wondering.
That's what Lightning makes when it hits something.
Cacao.
Yeah.
It's Krakow, I think. But that's a city in Poland, I think.
I don't know what sound I just made, but I made a sound. All right.
Here's how it works.
It doesn't.
Yeah, we're going to take two quick topics and give each member of the panel a minute to chime in, uninterrupted for the most part. And at the end of each minute, we will award the panelists a quantity of some type of points based on nothing in particular. Gentlemen, you will be in charge of awarding me for my minutes. All right? Topic the A. So apparently, according to an article from Popular Mechanics, replacing your blood supply with that of a younger person's might have positive effects on your existence. This costs around $8,000, apparently. The process on how this is achieved remains unclear. The company is called Ambrosia and is conducting a trial study on humans who receive transfusions from teens and young adults to see if there are any benefits when they put them into older subjects, I guess. They are estimating a $4.8 million revenue for the company. So like we said, Obvious Vampire Company is doing obvious vampire business things. You've got 60 seconds to help me understand why this is even a thing. Or if you would do it, or... In what world does somebody come up with a business pitch
Do you want to go first?
and do
Yeah, are
this.
you going
You go
first?
first.
No, I'm just
First minute,
I'm trying
Joe.
to contextualize.
First minute, Joe Erskine. Ready,
Fuck,
go.
all right. I saw this movie. It's called Blade, and at some point, they understand that vampires are a problem, and then like the hero guy who also happens to be a vampire decides
half
this
vampire.
has to be stopped. So I'm waiting for Wesley Snipes to come and save us all, essentially from this Ambrosia megacorp, I guess. I guess there were studies on mice that led them to believe that this might be a thing for like just species of all kinds, where like if you take the blood of younger stuff and put it in older stuff, the older stuff gets better. I'm not sure that's how science works. I'm not sure how anything works. I feel dumber. I feel dumber for having read this article, and may God have mercy on my soul.
I flipped it in.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
So glad you chose
That's
it.
perfect.
Is that it? Are you done?
I'm done.
He was kind of
Okay.
giving up at the end.
We
there.
both get to award him. I will award you one murder, death, kill because Wesley Snipes, not because of the actual movie
I get
reference.
it. It's like 6 degrees of Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll give you a pint of B negative.
And hopefully we'll be more positive.
No,
That's my blood type.
All right, Mr. Golesh.
Hey.
And be positive on this one.
Oh, fucking damn it. Go.
Ready to go.
I'm not okay with this. This is whatever. But to give you an example of something that you take that's new and put it in something old to make it work again is a battery. So, I mean, maybe blood could be that. It sounded like I don't know, from you reading the article, that there was no scientific evidence to back this up at all.
Right.
Yes.
So it was more of like, they thought that, hey, if you put new batteries into old devices, the old devices act like they're new again because they have full power again or something. It's like, that's probably the same logic they had here. It's, I guess.
Who the fuck okayed it? Sorry.
Kickstarter.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's as much Blade as it is more of like Ultraviolet.
All right.
Or
yes, you're talking Mila Jovovich
or that one
movie, I
with,
get it,
or
yeah.
the one with
Ethan Hawke, the blood
Yeah.
Darkstalkers.
But
no, it's something else.
What else's name isn't it? Darkstalkers or something. Darkstriker.
Whatever.
Basically, everyone was a vampire, and they needed more blood because
From young
there were
people.
no more humans.
Sure.
William Dafoe was in it, I think.
I'm gonna award you one sponsorship from Duracell.
Energizer never quits, though.
Mr. Arroyo.
Oh,
You have 60 seconds to tell me why A, you fucking flipped this goddamn piece of shit in here, or why you think that this, I don't know, just talk to me about it for 1 minute, and so I can award you some amount
Okay.
of something.
For one, the battery theory is fucking dumb because because I don't sit around expelling blood from myself over time and then need more in order to have a charge. Like, I continually create blood from the nutrients.
Yeah, but what
that
happens
I
to your
cons-
blood?
Whatever. The point is there's also the really interesting thing about how I wish I knew the exact number of years, but in X amount of years, the number of cells in your body that existed that
It's
many
not
years
that
ago are
long,
not
I
even the
think.
same
Yeah,
anymore.
it's
I think
not
it's like
that
10 years.
Seven years. Your
Okay.
entire body recycles
You're
itself.
literally
Yeah.
not made of any single piece of matter that existed that much time ago. So what makes you you in the first place? And what's the point of like sucking the blood out of somebody else and putting it in you? Doesn't make a difference because you're actually producing like fresh blood. It doesn't make you any more you than you were 7 years ago.
It makes you more of them.
It doesn't even matter is the point, because it's fucking irrelevant, because the idea that you could just put like young blood in you and become younger is not how science works at all. So, I'd be more inclined to back the Kickstarter where I drink the blood of the young than inject it into my own body. Because it's just as ludicrous.
But you used to get the nutrients, I guess, if you were to eat it.
You're no longer anemic because of your amazing non-iron deficiency. What, you got something to wrap it up with?
Just because we have extra time,
Go ahead.
I just want to say, with how many people need blood, this
This is a horrible thing to
destroys
do.
my
Yes.
heart.
Thank you.
I know that no
Thank
one
you
said
for
it in their
this.
minute because we were trying to be
No.
funny, but in
Yes.
all seriousness, like,
If you have blood to fucking donate,
have blood to
donate
give,
the blood.
This is just another example of somebody trying to like cash in on something where we desperately need it all the time.
Yes.
And now we're just going to give it away to someone who has
So
the
somebody
cash.
can feel younger or
fucking
some
ridiculous.
shit. Yeah,
Donating is ensuring your own survival because, I mean, if your blood supply is short, you donating your blood
Can
helps.
get it back for you.
Yeah, and all
Not necessarily for
fucking
you, but I mean, if everybody...
In general.
Yeah,
I'm saying in a collective sense.
I can't agree with that sentiment more than anything else that's been said in the past 3 minutes. Because, yes, if you have blood to give away that you don't need because you're young and dumb and whatever, give it to a blood bank. Give it to the Red Cross. Give it to someone that's going to use it or needs it, for Christ's sake.
If you have B negative, definitely do it because I need that shit. And that's only like 2% of the population.
Yeah. Like, if you really are desperately in need to make money off your fluids, just go jerk off into a container.
Yes, go to a sperm bank and do that.
You can probably accumulate it and send it to them later on if you wanted to.
Okay.
August.
Yeah. Sorry, it's cold. Just came out of my freezer.
You didn't award me points.
I'm about to.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to award you all of the seasons of True Blood on DVD, not Blu-ray, just DVD. I will award you the entire comic run of Rob Liefeld's Youngblood in comic form, and
Bloodline, the TV series.
And whatever...
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with actual blood. But
and whatever episodes that Batman was a vampire.
Sure.
Because I'm sure they've done that.
Yes.
I want those.
Yeah.
Is the DVD widescreen at least?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, it's got like 4:3, but it might be like 16.
That's
So it's not widescreen.
I said it might be. I said it might be, but you have the menu selection to get to like.
Remember when you had to flip DVDs over to put the widescreen?
I remember. This episode's called Member Baby. Hey, we've already done that.
Remember Betamax? I remember Betamax. All right. Topic the B. This week marks the beginning of the Oculus versus Zenimax trial, the outcome of which will determine the truth behind how the Oculus Rift came to be, who is a fraud, who lied, and who stole from who. It's all a really big mess, really. But folks like Mark Zuckerberg and Palmer Luckey have already testified. Instead of commenting on this like we're pretending to be some sort of panel of legal experts, let's just come up with a cast of this movie. Who's going to play all these people in the TV show / movie that is inevitably coming in like 2 to 3 years. If you say Jesse Eisenberg for Mark Zuckerberg, you are disqualified. Because that happened already.
Wouldn't it be a good choice then? All right, anyway.
No, have you seen Mark Zuckerberg? They look nothing alike. The only thing that's similar about them at all is the last 4 letters of their last names.
Wow.
That's it.
Cool.
Yeah. So,
All right, who's first?
You're first, Joe. We're just gonna walk it back.
Michael Cera. It's gonna play him.
You asked for that.
He's gonna play who? Mark Zuckerberg?
Of course he
So
is.
he's going to play Jesse Eisenberg.
And Palmer Luckey.
Palmer Luckey.
Yeah, he's gonna play. Okay, anyway. Palmer Luckey is gonna be played by Adam Sandler.
I kind of like that, actually.
And it's going to be the serious version, like Punch Drunk Love Adam Sandler.
Oh, like P.T. Anderson. Okay.
But he's still going to be a dumbass, but like where he's floating around in VR with no shoes on in on
the cover of Time
magazine thinking he's being serious, but he's not. And enter Michael Cera. And
Adam Sandler. Okay.
And
what about like Brendan Uribe, like the president or the vice president?
I don't have an answer for that one.
Okay.
Those are the only two that I had.
John Carmack, for instance.
Why'd you put me on the spot like that?
Well, these are all the people involved. John Carmack is an easy one.
It's not even your minute.
I'm throwing
yeah,
out
man.
people
You
who-
keep grilling me and shit. What am I on trial? What is this shit?
Yes.
I'm out of order. You're out of order.
Like, I'm not defending whether or not I created the Oculus Rift. Don't worry about it.
All right. So Adam Sandler and Michael Cera.
I feel like we already have a hit. I don't even care what the script is.
Coming to Netflix in 2018.
Fassbender may be involved.
If he can recover from Assassin's Creed, sure. I award you. You know what? The SNL episode where Michael Cera is the star and Adam Sandler is the musical guest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I award you.
What? I gotta
because
go
they're
back and see
promoting the movie
Is
that
a
you're
good one?
talking about, and so you know what I mean.
Huh.
So it's hypothetical.
I mean,
All right.
isn't it?
Is it just me, or did both myself and Nick rack our brains to figure out which
Like,
SNL
why?
episode you were
Right,
talking
yeah, I know,
about?
I know.
And
It's
then
like when
realized-
in a year and a half when they promote this movie and that cast comes along, Michael Cera is the host.
I think Michael Cera is like 20 years before he's even asked to be on.
Yeah,
On
you're
SNL.
probably
Yeah.
right. All right, Mr. Golesh,
Hey, how's it going?
you have 60-ish seconds to tell me about who you would cast
I think I can do that.
in the courtroom drama / comedy / romance / whatever of the Oculus and Zenimax ongoing dispute over virtual reality.
Okay.
So let's think about it.
All right.
Mark Zuckerberg,
Yeah, give me all the names real quick.
Mark Zuckerberg, Palmer Luckey, Brendan Uribe, John Carmack.
All right.
Go.
I believe all of them should be played by Tyler Perry. And I would go see that.
what would the film be called?
It'd be called Tyler Perry.
Medea in VR.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
Oh my god! I don't even want to go now. You won. That was
Well, I
great.
was gonna say Eddie Murphy, but he's probably a little.
Well, then we're just talking about like what was the Dr. Doolittle?
Yeah.
Yeah,
VR,
no, yeah, I
you
know.
know?
I think Tyler Perry's probably a better choice.
Really? No. No, he's not. Okay. I assume you're ceding the rest of your minute.
I don't think there's anything left to say.
The Medea,
Mic drop.
The Medea family lawsuit.
Medea gets sued.
Oh, that was exceptional. That was exceptional. Is what that was.
It's a really good one-liner.
Yeah. All right.
Are you gonna award him anything?
I'm gonna.
There's no need.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can give me something.
I'm gonna award you
Black
a
Sundance
snappy
Award.
comeback and a moo-moo.
Nice.
All right.
Thanks. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Joe Erskine.
How do you even follow that?
I think you have real ideas of who.
I
these
kind
people
of did,
are.
I guess, and I was hoping.
Oh,
you
let's
would
go down
too.
the real. Like, let's take it. Yeah, everyone else can just hit stop. The episode's over, and let.
All right. So I'm gonna try and I'm gonna dance back and forth, right? So I feel like if anybody's gonna play Mark Zuckerberg, it's the kid from Silicon Valley. You guys haven't watched?
I know
it.
who you're talking. Yeah, well, I've seen it. I don't know his name.
Right. I forget his name off the top of my head too, but like the main guy, you know, whatever it is, like plays Mark Zuckerberg, fine. But in the fake, comedy version, probably it's probably still that same guy. So if we're gonna move on, I think Uribe probably because I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that guy's name correctly, but I feel like he's the one that's like holding the entire whole of Oculus up right now since Palmer became, went off the radar effectively. But
Yeah.
Uribe is probably a version of it might be Fassbender. You know what I mean? Just because people can't seem to because we know Aaron Sorkin's going to write this script, obviously. So it's probably Fassbender, or on the comedy side, it's Christopher Mintz-Plasse, who played McLovin.
Oh yeah.
And then Palmer Luckey is either Jonah Hill, who we know that he dropped weight appropriately if needed. Like, not that Palmer's like thin or whatever, but he's a little pudgy. It's fine. Just who he is. It's fine. And Jonah Hill exists both in the comedy and the drama role because he's proven himself in that regard as well. And then for John Carmack, I think we resurrect the cartoon version of Egon from the Ghostbusters cartoon.
Wow.
The real ghost?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
That's it. Across the board.
That was not as entertaining.
The only
as,
No, I think
honorable mention is the kid from the Goonies.
which kid
Chunk.
from the Goonies?
Chunk as Palmer Luckey.
Palmer Luckey.
Yeah. But like literally the kid from Goonies at that age, like Tupac hologrammed in as Palmer Luckey. That's fine.
I will award you one Thomas Middleditch
Thomas Middleditch.
and
He's the
or
guy.
Fat Ryan Reynolds, aka TJ Miller.
TJ Miller. Oh shit. Yeah. All right. His delivery's too good though. Like you can't.
I love T.J. Miller.
He's hilarious.
And then when him and Ryan Reynolds
Fat
were in
Ryan
the movie
Reynolds?
together.
Have you guys watched Silicon Valley at all?
Yes,
Did you watch the whole first season?
I've seen 3
I've
seasons.
seen probably the second season.
You've seen them all,
also.
okay. But let's talk about. I mean, the end of the first season, the dick joke to end all dick jokes.
Yeah, they're trying to mathematically explain how many people can jerk each other off. Blah blah blah.
Well, I mean,
You
that's
seem so bored with this.
how let's decompress stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, decompress.
Pretty brilliant.
Sorry. I meant
Compression
decompress.
on
It was pretty brilliant. Anyway.
I don't know.
So what are we calling this now? Is it Tyler Perry's Medea in VR?
No.
No, we'll have to think about it. I don't know.
Do you want to award him anything for his
Oh,
one?
do I have to award you?
If you want.
You get shit.
Okay, well.
I don't know.
I mean, thanks. I guess.
No, I had to think about it. Sorry.
Fertilize my lawn with it. That's fine.
I got distracted. Yeah, I mean, I really liked your Ghostbuster reference. It was fun. So I was
Look,
trying to
Carmack's a genius. I think he got wrapped up in a bunch of this bullshit. I think this whole thing is a fucking nightmare.
I think
really.
that-
I honestly, I'm actually kind of concerned about like the repercussions this whole thing's going to have across VR as a whole. Like, it's already been kind of like a dead on arrival thing for VR as an experience.
I've been having an issue with the whole concept of like everyone involved in the VR scene kept talking about how they were going to like build a community to work together, and then they keep fucking like
And now they're just
putting
fucking
each other on.
They're
it's
fucking
blast
stringing
and
each
it
other up,
doesn't-
dude. Yeah, it's not cool. Like
It's pretty depressing to see that happen.
I
And
get
it's
where
just, like,
Zenimax-
lawsuits after lawsuits. It's like we're supposed to work together on this, and then everyone's just like, "No, you fucking stole my idea."
If they hadn't come out like that at the forefront and this was happening, it would seem less
It
disturbing.
would be part and
I guess.
parcel if this was happening. It's like, okay, a bunch of companies are trying to create new technology and they're going to
Totally.
sue each other left and right. And this is the first time where we even did an episode on it where we were like, this is a really cool breath of fresh air where all the people involved in this community are like, we've got more problems to solve
I
than
feel
we
like
have
we've talked
problems
about
with
that
each
particular
other.
thing,
and we should
on the
solve them so
yeah.
that VR can be better. And then yet we're sitting here talking about everyone's just fucking suing each other and no one can make up their goddamn mind. And
Except for Valve. Valve's just kind of like, we're over here with
I was like-
HTC Vive. It's fine.
yeah.
Lighthouses, everybody. Lighthouses.
It already works with Steam. Just buy it.
just do it. It's fucked up too, and not for nothing. And I again, obviously, when I was putting the articles together for this episode, Social Network came to mind because of Mark Zuckerberg or whatever as the movie theme. But the whole theme around that movie is how he fucking stole Facebook from the Winklevoss twins, or at least the idea from it. Because however you land on that, I'm not saying he actually did, but that was like the conceit of at least the movie, The Social Network. Mm-hmm. Now we're in this position where Facebook, the owners of Oculus, are now being accused of stealing the idea, or at least from the core technology, from Zenimax. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing.
You're saying like, like fool me twice kind of thing.
Right. A little bit, but maybe not. Like, I mean, listen, like I'm not saying I'm a true believer in the legal system. I think it has its flaws, but like we have to hope that whatever resolution this comes to is the one that stands and the one that we have to believe, because those are the facts and those are the things that are presented us to draw our own conclusions from. I
like that you almost had this like Freudian slip where you almost said collusions instead of conclusions, and I think it worked really well.
I've been drinking a little whiskey on top of these.
No,
on
I
top
think
of
it
these
actually
Voodoo
made a
Rangers,
lot of
so.
sense. It's like whatever collusions we come to about this legal situation.
We're talking about some of the most talented people, like iconic names in video games, especially when I talk about Carmack more than anybody else. But like, the way they build Lucky and everybody else is, and as this like wunderkind who was like, took 2 years, dropped out of college to go and invent VR effectively, but then you start like looking into these email strings between everybody else. Like, it gets super fucking dense and super complicated really quickly. And
I didn't really.
It's fucking weird. I'm just curious. Like VR as a platform, I think needs to take off. Like, we're ready for it, and we all knew that it was going to take time. Like, it's going to be a bunch of weird experiences before we get like in-depth games to get it going. But this isn't helping fucking anything, and it's all about fucking money right now, and it sucks. It just sucks.
Oh, I don't know. Like, you mentioned that you feel like this is really bad for VR and everything, I don't see VR being in a good enough place as this hurts them enough to make me change my opinion about VR.
As one of the three pillars of the VR world, like Oculus cannot afford, especially after the Palmer bullshit,
No, that's my point. I don't think we're there yet, anyways, necessarily.
You got to at least agree that VR is the stepping stone to the actual like virtual reality kind of thing that you and I dream of.
Oh, I think
this is going to be like basically the wave that you and I pass on.
But this isn't the technology that we are hoping for. This is a different type of technology than the VR that we hope for.
We're talking about entry level shit
necessary in order to. So from like to get to the point where we start just wiring our senses into something, and for me, like call me when that happens. But other than that, I still think it's necessary that VR thrives. I just want no part in it because I think it's kind of fucking stupid at the stage that it's in now.
I don't want to be part of the people that are solving all the initial problems.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I want them to solve them.
Exactly. I applaud the people that do and are willing to take those reins and do that kind of thing.
I'm sorry.
And I'm not trying to like sound like a late adopter or whatever. What I am trying to say is that like those problems absolutely need to be solved. This whole fucking situation is not helping anything. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that Oculus should get away if they stole anything. If strong if they should not get away with that. Zenimax should get what they're due. But let's not. Like, this whole industry has had enough of these kind of problems. They keep like setting it back, not pushing it forward. Like, why can't we just get beyond it?
Well, someone stole something from you, Joe. It doesn't matter about what the goal.
You're not wrong about that. I agree. I'm just saying, like, I'm maybe I'm being like too altruistic or too fucking naive and I don't know, hopeful. But I just if people want this shit to work, like people need to like if Oculus is either guilty or not, or if Zenimax is just making these claims to fucking like create some sort of windfall on a settlement process. Money needs to exchange hands so we can all move the fuck on and get on with bitching about how it's not there yet and then rejoice in the fact when it finally does get there.
Well, isn't it once people start suing each other, then we know that we're on the right track? So
yeah, everybody wants a piece of the pie.
It's actually a good sign of the direction of VR.
Is it a good
Both
sign?
These companies are investing everything they have in making
VR
it's a real
fucked up way about
and
going
taking
to get
control of
positive.
it at least.
I feel like it's a real fucked up way about getting some sort of positive result, man. Like, I really
but that's bullshit. In the
what's bullshit?
That believing that the only way, like in our current society, especially in American capitalist society, that we have any problem with like saying, oh, when people start suing each other, that's a bad thing. In this society, that's a damn good thing because there's literal like legal departments all the time with Apple and Microsoft and shit that are just sitting around suing people all day and also responding to suits. And the whole situation is shitty, but it does indicate that it's on
that there's
traction.
That
there's traction.
Things are happening.
Maybe.
It's shitty for the overall concept. But if you look at it and start realizing that people start suing each other back and forth for the first time in VR, then we can all applaud that VR is on its way. Because fuck our society.
Okay.
Yay for VR because finally people are suing each other.
I'll agree in that context for sure. And I imagine Nintendo's somewhere off in the background, just like, hey guys, remember?
Hey, I'd like to sue someone.
They said they had VR
Virtual
coming.
Boy?
Remember Virtual Boy?
Didn't they say they had VR coming for there?
Everything was red and virtual.
Nintendo said VR is going to be coming.
Nintendo said that
for the Switch.
We did that shit already
For the Switch, yeah. Well,
Microsoft's saying the same shit, and they have the partnership with Oculus, so keep that in mind.
Well, they got the Scorpio coming out, which could do it, but I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. And people are going, especially PC developers, are going out of their way to create affordable VR-ready consoles. Or not consoles, I'm sorry, but PCs.
Mm-hmm.
So,
cool.
Yay.
I guess.
Hey, guess what tomorrow is?
That totally turned into like a fourth topic, by the way.
It did.
I know, it did.
Anyway. Well, we made it the time difference. How's that? I think we've done it. We can put this one to bed.
What's tomorrow?
Friday.
It is tomorrow. Yeah, it's the.
This is gonna come out on Friday, so tomorrow's Saturday.
Tomorrow is the 20th of January. Tomorrow,
the most important day in American history.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but we'll see.
I don't think so. I don't want it to be anyway. It's me being naive and hopeful, I guess. Again, we'll see.
I
like
Three Doors Down concert.
I hate Three Doors Down.
I heard the C Street band is coming through because the B Street band.
Maybe they'll actually play Three Doors Down for the inauguration.
Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we shouldn't go down this road at all. How's that?
I think we should. I think we should go.
Oh yeah.
I think we should go one, maybe 3 doors down. No, wrap it up, please. Please end it.
Episode 122, ladies and gentlemen, has come to a close.
With
At
a
this
heavy
point-
heart, after the realization of what tomorrow is. Fuck you, Nikk.
It's the last episode we're gonna do as part of the Obama tenure.
I flew while Obama was sworn in. I was actually flying during the inauguration.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I flew during the term of 2 presidents in one mission.
Did you hit it? Did you hit like the hour break, like on time difference, to like actually exists between two, or have like the weird overlap where?
No, it wasn't like that. I mean, we were actually watching the inauguration because I mean we keep track of all the airplanes like heading around the thing or something, or just looking at the stuff.
30,000
We're just
every
like,
day.
hey, like it's just. No, it was cool. It was just one of those things like we were there when Bush left and when Obama got sworn in. It was just kind of a cool thing to say. I'm bragging, is what I guess.
I get it.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I think we're all going to be bragging when Obamacare gets replaced by the Affordable Care Act.
That being said, everyone, you know what? You guys bitch at me when I bring this shit up. So
Oh no,
This was just our moment for the people who hang in there.
it's the last good day of
we'll end
in
it.
8 years. They're probably, in retrospect, will seem a lot better than we think it was. And we don't talk about politics on the show, right? Remember, everybody?
I feel like we keep having these moments.
It's not going to matter because learning algorithms and deep learning and neural networks are all going
We'll
to
finally figure
they're
out
gonna-
that they're the same, that ACA and
yeah.
Obama
Well, they're
are the
gonna
same.
change everything in the next year, I guess, or something. So
It's not going to stop like Reddit and Imager from posting shit like screenshots of people's Twitter and Facebook posts of being like, fuck Obamacare because I got ACA. It's all good. Fucking morons. All right. For real though.
real.
Hashtag thanks Obama.
Good luck, everybody. Everyone wants to butt fuck the sad boy.
Yes.
And
Our Mad Max Wasteland future is
when the
coming.
Marauders come, when the Marauders come and put you on the front of their,
You can trade sex for antidepressants.
look up Patton Oswalt if you were confused by the last 10 seconds.
please do.
All
I
the
encourage
hell.
Nick looked at me when I said butt fuck the sad boy.
Butt
No,
fuck the
I
sad
know.
boy.
I remember it. I
It's
just thought
Patton
about. I
Oswalt.
just was thinking of all the ham.
I want all the ham. Okay. let's-
Also, Pat Oswalt, different bit. But
It's
God damn it. It's so hard bringing it all back to go away. We love everyone. Thank you for listening so much. 122 is obligated to end at this point. Thank you, listener, for lending us your ears for the past hour and change. Hit us up, cheatcodespodcast.com, the Facebook page, Twitter as well, and get in on the conversation. We implore you. That'll do it for us for now. Make sure to check out the Patreon page as well. You can become a patron for as little as $2 a month. Thanks to everyone who's jumped on board so far. We're going to see you next week. We hope, unless the world explodes tomorrow.
We got crunch next.
Oh, not next week. We're going to see you in 2 weeks because work is going to get crazy for us. We all have to work at the same place.
Making games.
We're making games, and we appreciate your patience in that matter. I know that you guys waited a whole month of December for us to get back on the ball, and believe me, it's been fun getting these episodes out the door for 75% of January. But next week we're going to try and focus on work because we have to, and then we'll get back on the ball as well. But the idea is to have, for the Patreon people, a little behind-the-scenes episode coming soon, and a handful of other awesome content. Mostly just episodes of the show coming your way in February.
We love you.
We do. We love everyone that listens to us talk shit, and drink, and wax less than poetic about video games.
All right, let's close the valve.
Steam's running out.
Until next time, did you ever notice that Lex Luthor and Mark Zuckerberg are never in the same room? Did you ever?
Well, unless you watch Smallville.
And then it's just that bald dude.
Okay.
And we're out of here. We'll see you 2 weeks. Good night.